Al, we're less than 10 episodes left.
Wow.
Or we're 10 episodes left after this. I don't know. I think less than after this week.
Mm.
Either way, the end is nearing.
Soon.
We will be finished with this series, but not quite yet. So yeah, welcome to this week's episode of Jared Now Watch Inuyasha is episode 188. I'm Jared, joined always by Doc Al and Lady
Yo.
We are discussing episode 184, episode 17 of the final act, entitled Magatsuhi's Evil Will. Evil, like a hiccup.
I heard.
Yeah, Inuyasha and the gang are back at Kaede's place. They gotta tell her that Kikyo's gone for good now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kind of forgot that, we haven't mentioned that to
Yeah.
the family.
And, Inuyasha's very sad, and Kaede's kind of like, yeah, it's probably a good thing that she's gone now.
She's been dead for a while.
She's dead for a while, and she had to come back. That's gotta just suck. Maybe she can just kind of, rest now. And then they talk about Kagome and everything, and the spiritual power that's sealed within her, and how Kagome thinks it's Kikyo. And Kaede is like, that seems a little weird that it'd be Kikyo, because, she gave her the bow. Why would she then just seal her powers? And then Kaede's like, well, maybe it's the will of the Shikon Jewel. There's of course two wills of the Shikon Jewel. The good will, Naohi, and the evil will, Magatsuhi.
Ah.
So maybe the evil will is scared of Kagome's power and is sealing them. I'm glad we're getting this information as we are very close to the end.
Yep.
Sesshomaru's group run into some little tiny demons, and they're like, oh, we heard you lost your weapon. You're a scrub now. I've always wanted to eat demon dog.
Nom nom.
And then Sesshomaru just disposes of them very quickly.
Yep.
There's also just a bunch of demons after Kohaku's shard.
Yep.
Real rude. Byakuya watches this go down, and he's like, oh, I heard Sesshomaru doesn't have a sword anymore. I guess that's true. And then he finds Naraku in a cave talking to the Shikon Jewel, and then out pops a weird dude, just flies out of Naraku's back, and then he's like, is that another reincarnation? And Naraku's like, no, not really. It's, of course, the evil will of the demons that have been sealed in the Shikon Jewel.
Of course.
Of course. This dude goes up and runs into Sesshomaru's group and tries to go after Kohaku and everything, and calls Sesshomaru weak, which makes Jockin very upset.
Very, very mad.
Because we will know, of course, Jockin is the number one hype man, so.
It's true. Big time.
Sesshomaru buries his arm in his belly and then gets an arm burn. He's like,
Kohaku's like, that looks like it's swallowing his arm, not going through his through his belly. So that seems like a problem.
And then he gets his arm stabbed in 3 places as Kohaku gets taken, and the dude tries to defile the jewel shard until Inuyasha and the gang show up to free up Kohaku and Sesshomaru.
Mm-hmm.
Kagome goes to sleep immediately, pretty much.
Yeah, the dude just looks at her and just
bleh. So her and Kohaku are out of the picture, so Inuyasha and Sesshomaru are going to try and fight this dude who is Magatsuhi.
That Inuyasha pretends that he knows who that is, right off the bat.
I heard your name 3 minutes ago, so I know who you are. Everyone's just hanging out on Kirara and On to get away from all the miasma and stuff this dude's just spewing out.
Yeah, he's gross.
And Sesshomaru just doesn't look too great, and then Inuyasha's like, hey, you should maybe not fight, and Sesshomaru's like, nah, I'm good. He just heals his wounds and then turns into a big old dog. Big doggo. And then just bites this dude's head off.
As you do.
Nom, 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 nom.
He's like, get out of here.
But that doesn't really do much because he can just still control his body and send a bunch of weird tentacles and stuff everywhere, and then he envelops Sesshomaru and everything until Sesshomaru has to break free back into his human form to escape.
I do think it's funny. Jockin's like, he could just turn into his human form, but he won't do that because he's too proud. And then he does that, and Jockin's like, I always knew he'd do it. And then there's a conversation of how the two of them are connected somehow, and I'm like, what?
he gets out of the weird goop, and then Jockin's like, yeah! And Sesshomaru looks at him, he's like, oh, I'm not thinking anything. And Erin's like, oh, he's definitely thinking something. And Moroku's like, I guess their minds are linked somehow or something. Which I think is funnier in the sense of like Sesshomaru is no matter where he is, he's just hearing Jock and Hype Man in his head no matter what.
I mean, honestly, I think we all kind of need a Jockin in our head. Being a
Jockin's
hype
so
man.
good in this episode.
He's so good.
#1 hype man for real.
For real. Even when he thinks he's dead, he's the hype man.
Mm-hmm. Inuyasha wants to use the Beidou Zangetsuha, but then all the parts of the dude are just scattered everywhere, and Sesshomaru's like, follow me, everyone. And then groups all the body parts together, and then just is like, all right, fend for yourselves, kids. Sesshomaru goes after what everyone thinks is Magatsuhi's head, which is just floating there, but then he just goes after another piece of him with the Tenseiga, which everyone's like, what? No, but he can't cut him.
Whoa.
But he cuts something and scars Magatsuhi. He cuts the weird souls or something.
Some kind of like head floating in the sky.
Which was Magatsuhi's true form, of course.
Of course.
And
by the way, Todesai gets a little like vibration at one point. It's like, okay.
What's going on?
Time.
Oh, I guess Sesshomaru's finally waking up. He's doing it. All right, we gotta go. Gotta get out of my new skull house. Gotta head over there.
Then Sesshomaru gets enveloped with a bunch of tentacles, and everyone's like, oh no, he's dying. He's gonna die. Oh no.
Oh, no.
Jockin's like, do not cry. We must remember how brave he was, how courageous he was. He fought with pride. Inuyasha tries to just like hack away at all the bits to free him because he's like, you're not gonna die on me this easily, you dummy. And then Inuyasha just gets grabbed and he's like, I'm helpless.
This sucks.
And he's like,
Why don't you just do the attack and blow him to bits? Sesshomaru's already dead.
but then a big old light just pops out and blows apart a bunch of body parts. Oh my god, it's Sesshomaru. He's got a weird green energy flowing out of his arm that isn't there. And then he uses it.
Now he has an arm and a sword.
And now he's got an arm and a sword. And Todesai immediately shows up and is like,
Hey.
Oh, hey, you got it.
Hey, that's your sword. That's yours. It's not from your dad. That's your Bakusaiga.
Bakusaiga.
There you go. That's your sword. It's yours alone. You made it. Good job.
He's
also,
like,
congratulations on your new arm.
yeah, he's like, Sesshomaru's just looking at it like, oh, cool sword. Got some carvings on it and everything. Neato.
Kind of puts it in his little sash.
Well, he does a little attack first with it, and he attacks
True.
Magatsuhi with it, and they realize that like all of the parts that get hit with the sword cannot like regenerate or anything and like cause damage if it's touched by the sword and then it touches something else. So Moroku's like, oh, if we attack something and then Naraku absorbs it, we can attack Naraku like that. Ho ho. And then Sesshomaru destroys the head, but they don't get Magatsuhi's true form.
Aww.
As he's fled, and Sesshomaru's like, annoying. And then Todosai's like,
hey, good job, you did it. You've freed yourself of your obsession with the Tenseiga, which means you've got your own sword now. You have surpassed your father. Good job, dude.
Sesshomaru again is just like, cool, I got an arm now, and I got this new sword. It's a shame it didn't come with a sheath or anything. I'll just stick it in here with the other one, I guess. I don't know.
Aw.
Meanwhile, Jock is just like, yeah, let's go! New sword! You're the best!
Sword, yeah!
Yeah, he's got his own arm back after Inuyasha cut it off, and he's like, oh, I got an arm back? Sick.
We get a flashback to the very old scene of his arm getting cut off.
So yeah, he's got that new arm and new sword. He's pretty jazzed about that. And then Kagome wakes up and she's like, and they're like, are you okay? He's like, I'm okay.
I'm okay.
Definitely okay.
Yep.
And that's how we end the episode.
Uh-huh.
We got some notes here. When Magatsuhi comes out of Naraku in his borrowed body, only Naraku's back was open. However, When seen afterwards, Naraku is seen with a complete hole in his chest. Due to the fact that Magatsuhi was originally merely the evil will of the sacred jewel, left no wounds entering Naraku, but after gaining flesh from him, as the force of leaving blew a hole through him.
Okay.
As Kagome tries to purify Kohaku's Shikon jewel shard and Magatsuhi seals her spiritual powers, this is similar to episode 77 when during the Panther Tribe's sacrificial lab, Moroku tries to use the wind tunnel on the Panther King, but the latter seals Moroku's powers.
Oh, okay, sure.
You know, all the way. We remember that episode, of course.
I do remember the episode, but like, or at least I remember the arc. But it feels like a weird thing to be like, it's similar to that. It's like, is it though?
You know, they got they both got their powers sealed, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Sesshomaru orders Inuyasha's group, including his friends Moroku, Shippo, and Sango, to take her younger brother and leave because he is in the way, just like his father tells his human wife with his second infant son Inuyasha out of her burning mansion from the beginning of the third movie. Exactly like that. I was just thinking the exact same thing.
Exactly like it. I guess they're trying to imply like, oh look, he cares about humans a little bit now, but like, again, I feel like it's kind of a stretch.
Yeah. Well, next time we'll be discussing episode 185 and called The Day of Days. It's time to go back to the present. Kagome's got high school entrance exams, and Inuyasha's like, no, we gotta go back. Gotta go back home to my timeline, and Kagome's eventually gonna have to make a choice.
She's got to think about which one she wants to be in.
Which timeline would she choose to be in? Probably just both of them.
No. Sorry, spoilers.
No, you can't believe you would spoil me. 9 episodes to go, or 8 episodes to go.
I'm sorry.
Well, either way, that's what we'll be doing next time. But for now, if you'd like more from us, head on over to seasonalanimecheckup.com or sec.cool, where you can find past episodes of this podcast and other podcasts like Seasonal Anime Checkup OVA. Also find columns and reviews on the site as well. If you'd like more from Anladium, go to anladium.com. She's got columns and reviews. You can follow us on Twitter and TikTok, Anime Checkup. Follow us on Blue Sky, seasonalanimecheckup.com. You can buy our books, One Shiny Moment, A Critical Analysis of Love, Life, Sunshine, Hot Tubs, and Pac-Man on Amazon.com. And support us on Patreon, patreon.com/SACOVA.
Do we still post on Twitter?
No.
Oh.
But
Blue Sky?
You can get redirected.
Okay, cool.
So join us next time as we head back to the present.
Present.